Welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is the 20th of August, and on today's podcast, we have a really good one for you today. It's pretty much a follow-up of the video I posted yesterday of the many women leaving Epstein's Manhattan home. One of these women is former Prime Minister of Australia's daughter was leaving this building. This is huge, everyone. I'm going to go through a Twitter thread over this. Also, Epstein signs his will 2 days before his death. Yeah, my friends, and William Barr is going after it. He wants an investigation big time. But before we get into today's podcast, my friends, would you please welcome my sponsor, Noble Gold. Hey guys, Thomas from True Reporting here. Did you know that gold is up 18%? That's right. It's been like that since the month of June, and we all know why. It's because Trump is relentless against the Federal Reserve. We know that our money is not worth anything unless it's backed by gold. So why not back your 401k or IRA with gold and go to Noble Gold and tell them Thomas sent you from True Reporting. You call this number 1-877-646-5347 and tell them Thomas sent you, and it'll be worth your while. Thanks guys, and enjoy the podcast. Alright guys, it's good to have you aboard. Let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So before we get into today's podcast, I would like to give you a reminder to please click that notification bell if you have not already, and please leave a like for this video. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. Alright, so coming from the Daily Mail UK, it says, revealed, mystery brunette who Prince Andrew waved goodbye to from Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile lair is the philanthropist daughter of former Australian Prime Minister Paul Keating. Video of Prince Andrew at Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan lair in 2010 has rocked the British royal family. What did I say yesterday in the podcast? I said this is going to lead all the way back to Buckingham Palace, to the Queen. We could even see maybe the Vatican turned in on some of this also. The woman he waved goodbye to in the video was named by friend as Catherine Keating, who was then 29 years old. Her father, Paul Keating, was Australian Prime Minister from 1991 to 1996. She is now a sustainability campaigner who works for a show business talent agency that represents Sir Paul McCartney and U2. Wow. Okay, so let's just stop right here. Let's pause it. We know everything about Sir Paul McCartney. I'm just going to call him Paul McCartney. We all know about Bono and how all they do, they're completely tied to a lot of the Clintons. They're tied to a lot of people who go to Epstein Island, so on and so forth, right? So, and this woman who I said yesterday was leaving the house, the Manhattan home of Jeffrey Epstein, she did look older. She maybe is probably a procurer, some sort of that. She works for a talent agency. Right, yeah, so she's probably the procurer of young girls giving these young girls and young boys to Jeffrey Epstein and his minions, right? Makes a ton of sense right here. Keating, now 37, also partied with, Ghislaine Maxwell, here we go, and presented a fawning interview with the alleged procurer, calling her a philanthropist. The video was taken a day before the infamous picture of Epstein and Andrew walking together in Central Park, but was only revealed this weekend. In the wake of the pedophile's death, Andrew, Queen Elizabeth's second son, released a statement again saying he had no knowledge of Epstein's crimes. He has to say that, people. He has to save his hide. But in the end, he will get what he deserves, right? A mystery brunette seen with Prince Andrew in a bombshell video shot at Jeffrey Epstein's New York mansion in December 2010 is Catherine Keating, the daughter of former Australian Prime Minister and a huge participation in the Five Eyes Australia, remember? Paul Keating, her friends have told dailymail.com. Keating, now 37, is the woman pictured leaving the Manhattan townhouse and being waved at by Prince Andrew 9 years ago. And I will show you one more thing about this young lady that will blow your mind before we get to it. The video, first published by the Mail on Sunday, has plunged Prince Andrew into a fresh controversy over his relationship with the pedophile, who took his own life earlier this month. Yeah, I'm sure he did. The video was taken in December 2010, less than 24 hours before an infamous photograph of the two men strolling in Central Park. and the 2 months after Catherine Keating had left Sydney to move to New York to be closer to her then partner, Andre Balazs. Balazs is a hotelier and socialite. Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Was an associate of Jeffrey Epstein, an associate, right? Balazs' name was found in Epstein's Black Book, a procure, right? However, the likely presence of Keating in that video adds more intrigue, raising questions over what was happening in the townhouse that day. Keating was one of 2 brunette young women seen coming or going. So 2 was a young blonde girl who left with Epstein himself. There's no suggestion Keating was aware or involved of any of Mr. Epstein's criminal activities. She has been contacted multiple times for comments by the Daily Mail without any response. And these are the pictures that I showed you in yesterday's podcast. If you had not checked that out, we did a complete breakdown of the ins and outs of these people, these women coming and going from Epstein's Manhattan home, his $53 million home. Key moment at 4:40 p.m. on December 6, 2010, an attractive brunette emerges from Epstein's house. This woman is Catherine Keating, 29, the daughter of former Australian Prime Minister. Wow. Unbelievable. And then we can see Prince Andrew here. It's already been documented. Who was filming this? Probably the feds, right? Here she is again. Around the corner, Catherine Keating was photographed minutes after leaving the pedophile's lair, standing on the corner of 5th Avenue and East 71st Street in a photograph newly obtained by the dailymail.com. So, again, if you want to go through all these videos yesterday, I did a really great compilation of what all was taking place at this Manhattan home, the ins and outs of who was leaving, very strange stuff. So, again, Catherine Keating, circled right here, is friends with, obviously, Ghislaine Maxwell, and we all know the ties between her and Jeffrey Epstein. It just goes so deep, right? The tentacles of the deep state and this cabal of child trafficking runs extremely deep. So why was I talking about Andre Balazs, right? This woman right here. We could take a look at The Sharp Edge. Brought this out this morning, and it says, Please follow them at The Sharp Edge 1, a great investigative journalist, to say the least. And here we go. Not only is the mystery woman seen with Prince Andrew, Catherine Keating, daughter of the former Australian Prime Minister, but she is the ex-girlfriend of Andre Balazs, owner of the Standard Hotel. And my friends, we all know what takes place at the Standard Hotel. A lot of evil doings. There's a lot of symbolism within this hotel. They have acid vats on top of the building. So many YouTubers have gone over this. I've gone over it. Sick stuff. But definitely just do a little research and you can find out about how they used to have these acid vats to clean out the pipes. I believe that's what it was used for. But I believe it was to dispose of bodies. A lot of people have gone missing. You can think of Adam Schitt. He was always a continuous coming and goer of the hotel, a very, very bad person. Check him out and his ties to the Standard Hotel. Balazs was the founder and chairman of the Standard Hotels. He stepped down in March of 2017. Andre Balazs, founder of the Standard Hotel, steps down. Balazs will retain a 20% stake in the company in addition to his stakes he holds in individual hotels throughout the company's portfolio. Of course, the Aussie socialite, seen leaving Epstein's home while saying goodbye to Prince Andrew, would frequent the same parties as you-know-who. You say her name on YouTube, you basically get a strike, so I cannot say her name. So, my friends, you could see the ties. You could see how all these people are correlating with each other. Sick stuff. Let's move forward. And we see here, this is mind-blowing, guys, from TRUreporting.com. Jeffrey Epstein signed his will just 2 days before his, in quote, suicide. Tax loophole may prevent feds from getting his cash. Jeffrey Epstein's will has been filed in the U.S. Virgin Islands as it shows that he signed it August 8th, just 2 days before he hung himself in his Manhattan jail cell, according to court papers exclusively obtained by the Post on Monday. How convenient, right? And the Justice Department could be left out in the cold if Epstein's money and properties are transferred, absent any DOJ filings that would prevent liquidating his assets. The race is on, as the feds certainly want Epstein's money. The multimillionaire convicted pedophile was worth over almost $600 million, or about $18 million more than he previously stated in court papers, while fatuously trying to land bail on federal sex trafficking charges, the new documents show. What I suggest is they take all of this money and they give it to the victims of the people that were assaulted by this man, that their lives were ruined by this man. If you agree, leave a like on this video. So we can see here the former hedge fund manager put all of his holdings in a trust called the 1953 Trust in court papers after the year he was born. It's pretty boilerplate. It's what we call a pour over will, which means everything pours over to a trust. A city estate lawyer told the Post. It's done that way for privacy reasons, right? What is more unusual is the date. The fact that all of this was done just days before he died, said the source, who asked to remain anonymous. I would remain anonymous too, whoever broke this story, because they'd probably go missing themselves. The new legal documents note, petitioners are investigating potential debts and claims of the estate, and at the time they are unknown. We can see cash is $56 million, fixed income $14 million, equities $112 million, hedge funds and private equities $194 million. How did this man make this much money? Can someone please tell me? He made it just being a hedge fund guy? Absolutely not. So guys, what does this mean? Well, it means there's going to be an investigation in on all of this and where this money is going to go. So, and who's doing the investigation? Well, William Barr wants to enact an investigation. On Monday, Attorney General Bill Barr made the bold move to demote Acting Bureau of Prisoners Director Hugh Hurwitz in response to accused pedophiles Jeffrey Epstein's sudden suicide. This is massive, my friends, and this came out yesterday. I have asked Mr. Hurwitz to return to his responsibilities as Assistant Director of BOP's Reentry Service Division, where he will work closely with me in overseeing the implementation of one of the department's highest priorities, the First Step Act, Barr said in a statement. The Attorney General replaced Hurwitz with Kathleen Hawks-Sawyer, the former BOP director. Under Dr. Hawks-Sawyer's previous tenure at the Bureau, she led the agency with excellence, innovation, and efficiency, receiving numerous awards for her outstanding leadership, Barr announced. In quotes, I am confident Dr. Hawks-Sawyer and Dr. Kane will lead the BOP with the competence, skill, and resourcefulness they have embodied throughout their government careers. Both Republicans and Democrats have called on Justice Departments to investigate Epstein's mysterious death, considering the pedophile was a high-profile prisoner who should not have been able to kill himself that easily. Earlier in the month, Republican Senator Ben Sasse spoke out in quotes, the Department of Justice failed, and today Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators think that they might have just gotten one last sweetheart deal, he wrote. Wow. Another thing he said, every single person in the Justice Department, from your main Justice headquarters staff all the way to the night shift jailer, knew that this man was a suicide risk and that his dark secrets couldn't be allowed to die with him. Says here, do you think he actually hung himself? This move by Barr isn't the only aggressive action he has taken in relation to the death of Epstein. Just last week, the Department of Justice, led by AG Attorney General Barr, announced that the warden of the MCC jail would be temporarily reassigned, and 2 of the prison guards on duty during the night of his death would be put on paid administrative leave. Today, the Attorney General directed the Bureau of Prisons to temporarily assign the warden at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York to the Bureau's Northeast Regional Office, pending the outcome of the FBI and OIG investigations into the apparent suicide of Jeffrey Epstein, a former MCC inmate. Carrie Kupek, a DOJ spokesperson, said, FCI Otisville warden James Petrucci has been named acting warden of the MCC New York. The Bureau of Prisons also placed an administrative leave 2 MCC staff assigned to Mr. Epstein's unit pending the outcome of the investigations. Additional actions may be taken as the circumstances warrant. Although Epstein is dead, Attorney General Barr has a serious message for those involved with Epstein's criminal past. While speaking to the National Fraternal Order of Police in New Orleans on Monday, Barr noted that those involved with Epstein's sex trafficking case should not rest easy, in quotes, even though Epstein is dead. I was appalled, and indeed the whole department was, and frankly angry, to learn of the Metropolitan Correctional Center's failure to adequately secure this prison, Barr said at the event. We are now learning of serious irregularities at this facility that are deeply concerning and demand a thorough investigation. The FBI and Office of the Inspector General are doing just that. We will get to the bottom of what happened, and there will be accountability, he noted. Let me assure you, this case will continue on against anyone who was complicit with Epstein. Any co-conspirators should not rest easy. The victims deserve justice, and they will get it, he continued. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below, coming from Trending Politics. So my friends, Bill Barr means business. And in all honesty, coming from my perspective on this, they have it all anyways. They know what happened. They're playing coy, and they have to do this for the public. There has to be an investigation. They have to do this lawfully. They can't go around the law because obviously that is against the rules. Again, some more things coming out about Standard Hotel and this young lady, the Prime Minister's daughter of Australia, part of Five Eyes, right? And Jeffrey Epstein. This is going to keep coming out. It's going to keep red pilling the normies out there. A lot of people who are still asleep. I see it every single day. More and more people are talking about Epstein, and I think this is part of the plan. My friends, if you found this podcast informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting, and don't forget to leave a like on this video, my friends. Guys, you can donate to this channel and keep it afloat by going to my PayPal or Patreon. We also have a P.O. box and True Reporting merch if you want to support the channel. Guys, please be loving and kind to one another, and I will speak with you very soon. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.